Well, that certainly was not ideal. Um, Certainly didn't intend to get stuck like that and have to use the winch. Couple of things at play there. Really didn't want to do quarter panel damage back here. Sort of resting on the rear bar and whatnot, and also the other thing is the stone stomper. It does impede on the departure angle a little bit and is susceptible to damage as a result. I don't really want to be forcing that through the dirt because I would damage it.
Well, let's take a quick look at exactly what I'm talking about, but bear in mind, if you want to watch this episode in its entirety, you're going to need to go back and watch part 1.
Winch.
Definitely not my finest moment. Anyway, let's get into today's episode.
From the tough tracks to the remote tracks, from our campsites to the workshops. Come along and check out Great Off-Road Adventures. Your next episode is just seconds away.
It's time for us to pack up and head off from our lovely little camp here on the side of the Warren. Going to continue heading east along the south coast. We are going to skip a couple other spots that we've been to, like Broke Inlet and whatever. Going to head to Denmark. Going to grab a caravan park site there so that we can catch up on some washing, mainly the kids' clothes. Also recharge the camper trailer. I'll go into more details on that later. I'll probably cover that off in a video. Well, pack up's going pretty well so far. We got started getting up out of bed at 7 o'clock. It's now 8 o'clock, so Sophie's had her toast. Jess and I are making some it's chorizo, cheese and tomato pockets out of a wrap or flatbread, and then we chuck it in the travel buddy to warm up and melt the cheese. They're a fantastic quick breakfast thing because it requires no cooking or no time consuming activities on our end, and we can just chuck them in, let them cook whilst we continue to pack up and hitch up and all of that. So that's where we're at now. Basically, the last two big things to do is to hitch up and actually fold up the camper, which that's about 5 to 10 minutes all up. So yeah, we're within a couple minutes from getting on the road, but Emma's sleeping in the camper, so we'll let her have a good sleep, and then when she stirs we can fold the camper up. So I'll set about hitching up now, and then that way we're good to go with packing up and getting on the tracks.
I do have to say that hitching up the camper has become so much easier with the new head unit and the high def reverse camera compared to the old thing that I had before. It is a night and day difference.
been on the road a couple minutes. It's 9 o'clock now, so I reckon we left about 10 to 9. Excuse the Emma complaining in the background, but yeah, I reckon it was just under 2 hours from getting out of bed to getting driving, and that was obviously giving girls breakfast and packing everything up, including, you know, awning wall and whatnot. So certainly not too bad a setup and pack up, especially considering the fact that it is a camper trailer and you can get it quite a lot of places. So yeah, pretty respectable really. All right, we've taken a little detour to get out of the car and stretch our legs. So just past Walpole, you can take the drive up to, I think it's the giant Tingles, and up past the lookout. I'll put the exact names on the screen. So that's where we are now. We're going to go and check it all out, and also good opportunity for us to test the new carrier. So had a different carrier previously that went on my shoulders and it killed me. This is a lot more comfortable straight off the bat. So let's go. It's a kilometre walk, so it's not massive. Probably do half of it with Soph in the carrier and half for her to burn some energy off. That's pretty cool, isn't it, Sophie? Hey? Are you in Dad's backpack? Thank you, Dad.
Pardon?
Sophie looking ahead or watching the camera?
Okay.
Don't forget, you can also find Great Off-Road Adventures on Instagram and Facebook, where you can see a few more photos and bits and pieces from our adventures. You can also interact with us and communicate with us on those platforms too.
Sophie, look at this tree. Is it really big?
You want to go up?
Yeah.
Shall we walk around the tree? Hey? Daddy better look at his feet, make sure he doesn't miss a step.
We're going to go look at the next one.
Wow. Look how big this one is, Sophie.
Wow.
That's actually a massive base to the tree.
I know, there was a picture at the info bay with a horse inside one of them, and I'm like, yeah, the horse could have fit.
You can fit about 4 horses in there.
I know. Wow.
That is actually genuinely impressive.
Hey, the camper trailer could fit in there, Sophie.
Yeah.
If you had one of those handy little tow hitches that manoeuvred it.
Up.
You want up?
Yeah.
You are up.
Do you mean down?
Down, please.
Down, please.
Yeah.
That was good manners. Shall we go to the big tree and I take you down?
I was very fortunate to
Hey?
grow up in the southwest of Western Australia. I would have driven past Walpole countless amount of times. I don't know what prompted me to come in here today and check this out, but I'm very glad we did. It was a fantastic way to spend some time with the family.
Come on, country.
Catch you!
absolutely love exploring the tall timber forests of the southwest and south coast. Poking your nose down side tracks, going exploring, it never gets old for me. I do have to say though, poking your nose down side tracks and going exploring down tracks that you've never been on before whilst towing a camper trailer or any sort of trailer is fraught with an inherent bit of risk. However, with our camper being very capable off-road, same with the car, I was quite happy to poke my nose down this steep little descent down towards this river crossing and go and check it out.
Didn't warn me.
Sorry. On the way to Denmark now, so finished our exploring around the Walpole National Park. Look out in the Tingle trees and Circular Pool. Weather's a bit miserable to go down to the water at Circular Pool, and obviously girls are in and out of the car, so they're having a sleep at the moment. So we will leave them in the car and head off, or head on our way to our night's accommodation. Well everyone, we're back on the road, back travelling. So we moved from the Warren River over to Denmark and had a good look around the Walpole Walpole Nornalup National Park. We had a day off in Denmark to do family stuff, go to the petting farm, resupply. We were in the caravan park, so you know it's very awkward to film encroaching on other caravan park patrons' privacies and whatnot. So we just had that day off. Back on the road now, on our way from Denmark, heading through Albany to Bremer Bay. So look forward to exploring that Bremer Bay area over the next few days. We've been down here on previous trips, but we've not really gotten to explore it a great deal. So looking forward to finding a nice camp spot and yeah, exploring the region. So So yeah, it's pretty handy having the 4 deflate adjustable automatic deflators that shut off at your preset pressure. Whilst the 4 of them are on the car, then I can use the old ARB, smash out the 2 tyres on the trailer real quick. And basically in the time that the car's deflating, the trailer's done. So really deflating for the trailer, it takes it no longer than deflating for the car. So it's handy being able to multitask. They do say us blokes are not great at it, but at least with this, my life's made a bit easier. Alright, so airing down is underway. We are heading into Dillon Bay. Looks like there's a couple clearings. Wiki Camp says possibly a few good camping spots. So we'll head in. If we can find something good, we'll look to camp there. The forecast for the next few days is southeasterly winds at like 15 k's an hour, which is very calm. So fingers crossed we don't get blown away. It can be a bit hit and miss down here on the coast, but I think we're in luck. So we'll try and find a good camp spot along Dillon Bay. Failing that, Reed Beach is down the road. Otherwise we go past Bremer Bay, and there's Gordon Inlet and heaps of other places as well. So see if we can find off-grid free bush camp for the next few days, and base ourselves there and explore the area.
And after all that, I didn't even tell you what my tyre pressures were. I elected to run 15 psi front axle and 18 psi on the rear axle and on the camper trailer, just due to that additional bit of weight. That was a good pressure for a lot of these coastal tracks and the beaches that we found ourselves exploring over the next few days. There's just something mesmerising about, you know, watching engineering and componentry like this work and do what it's designed to do. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments below.
Righto, got ourselves a camp spot. Quickly unhitched the camper from the car. It's 2 o'clock and Sophie wants food. Do you want food?
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going to make lunch. Half lunch, we'll set the camper up. No rest for the wicked. Let's get to it. Finishing tunches have been put onto camp. There's a few March flies getting around, so we've just thrown up the shade screen house, give us a bit of fly protection, give the girls a bit of fly protection. If the wind gets up, we can chuck on awning wall, which basically encloses all the way around. So yeah, but The forecast is for very calm southeasterly 15-20 km/h winds for the next few days, which is basically nearly perfect weather for down here, so we really shouldn't need it, all going well. Dinner's on the go now. It's just a pre-cooked chicken curry that we cooked at home before we started the trip, so not much to show you there. All going well. We'll have a nice peaceful night at camp, and we'll pick you up tomorrow and do some of the exploring around this area. Good morning everybody, welcome to a beautiful day down here near Bremer Bay. Plan for today, it's got some brekkie on the go now, and then we're going to go and head over to Stream Beach for this morning. Have some time down there with the family, let the girls have a good run around, play in the stream hopefully, all of that, and then we'll see if they look like they need a nap, we'll come back here. If not, we'll go and continue some exploring, and hopefully Sophie will sleep in the car. She's going through that 2-year-old toddler not wanting to sleep, fighting sleep phase at the moment, so driving in the car is very boring and sends her to sleep, except if it's too bumpy and then she wakes up. So anyway, it is what it is. We'll work through it. But yeah, let's go and get on with it.
Straight out the back of camp, this is the track that heads on to Dillon Beach, and you can sort of see what we're in for. It's going to be a bunch of narrow coastal tracks today, but also some magical beaches, as you can see, that we will have the opportunity to explore. Dillon Beach is the first beach to the west of Bremer Bay, and it is accessible from Bremer Bay itself, and you can follow it all the way around to where we are now. However, there are sections of that beach that do get very narrow and very soft, so it's one of those beaches you keep your wits about you on, especially if the conditions are not favourable or the tide's not favourable. However, it's also accessible by a gravel road and some coastal tracks to the sort of middle or western section of the beach, and generally the more you head along the beach, the closer to the western end, the firmer it gets. So that's the other option, is to come down that other track. Rather than heading sort of back to the beach access that we came in on from the back of our camp, we took this steeper access track here that hadn't seen a great deal of use, but got up it quite easily, and from there made our way through the sort of maze of tracks heading towards Stream Beach. We are on the Stream Beach track, or headed to Stream Beach now. I do have to say that you don't bring a car that you love your paintwork on along this track, because yeah, both my mirrors have been flicked in by the vegetation. Generally vegetation, as you can hear, is rubbing on both sides of the car. Yeah, precious of your paintwork. Get
get a film or a wrap job done before you come down here. It's too late for my car. I just live with it, but yeah, it's a narrow track.
The last section of the Stream Beach track, or the actual descent down onto Stream Beach, which is what you're seeing us drive now, can get pretty hairy. We met a lovely interstate couple and their dog that are travelling around. It's their vehicle parked there. They made the wise decision to park basically at the top of the track, walk down and assess it. We've been here before, so we knew basically what it was like, but the descent or ascent can be very wombat holy and chewed out. So yeah, it pays to keep your wits about you and know your vehicle's capabilities before you possibly find yourself stuck at the bottom, not able to get back up.
Can't see anyone in it.
No. Or does he know something you don't?
We'll get back up this. Been locked.
I thought the point was not to get ourselves in situations to need the twin lockers.
We'll get up this on traction control. Both sides are wombatted out. There's no tracks on that side, no fresh tracks. There's a heap of footprints. See, that's the sign there. It's not the sign. The other one. Which is why it's private. The sign is clearly not private. Well, we've made it to Stream Beach, all the way down onto the beach itself. Basically have the place to ourselves. There was another couple that were down on the beach when we got here. We passed their car halfway down the track. They've not been here before, so they just did the wise thing of stopping and walking the rest of the way and assessing whether they felt confident not to do the track. Anyway, we've been here before and sort of have a pretty good idea what it's like. And with diff locks and bits and pieces, I sort of knew it wasn't going to be too much of an issue getting back out of here for us, or we'll use the winch, whatever we need to do. Max Tracks, we've got every tool available to us, so we just punch straight on down. Got ourselves set up here with the awning down by the stream. Heaps of shade for the girls and Jess and I. Ultra relaxing. The creek's nice and shallow. Fresh water, spring fed from up the hill. So yeah, beautiful spot to spend the day. Beautiful spot to camp down here too. But there's no way we'd get the camper in. The track's just too narrow. A lot of tree trunks and bits and pieces like hard up on the inside of corners that would catch on boat racks and awning brackets and bits and pieces on our camper. So it's still a beautiful spot that we look forward to just spending the morning here. Have a bit of downtime, let the girls burn off energy, and then from here we will go across to one of the other beaches or head back to camp or keep exploring, and we'll show it to you as we go.
Well, if you want to see us leave Stream Beach and continue exploring the other fantastic areas around Bremer Bay, you're going to need to come back and watch episode 3 of this Southwest South Coast adventure. Anyway, you know the deal, everyone. Happy safe adventuring, stay safe on the tracks and trails. Hopefully one day we'll get to see you out here. If not, we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.